Yeah, I see you. Go Queen, what's going on? Uh, I'm just waiting on some folks. I'm about a minute or so early, but I was getting sleepy, child. Plus, I gotta watch Power, and I'm a TV head. Yeah, I see you. Wait. Go Queen, what's going on? Okay. Ooh, had my volume on. I was doing a little check before I started, and I was watching a video actually of SWV, uh, Lily Coco, and Taj, and they was talking about how disappointed they was. So the tour is not gonna happen, and that they felt like Candy and them was disrespecting them, like they was better than them. So I was watching that, and I had the volume up. Hey, Nick. Hey, Delightful by Design. Hey, y'all. I like that. Y'all make me feel so good. Y'all know I used to be scared of doing lives. Did I tell y'all that? I know I got this hat on, but that's because I'm tired. Hey, Deanna. Come on through, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to say it again throughout this live. It's going to be days through the week. I know people working. Probably won't be in the evenings. If it is in the evening, it'll maybe be Thursday evening. I'm going to be going live. I've got to go live so I can build up my subscribership. Thank you. This is I needed to sit back. This is a make it happen for yourself situation. Wait, I don't want to mess nothing up. It's all delicate over here. This is a make it happen. Oh, you know what? I can pull my seat up. Let me make y'all. Now, things is better. Make it happen for yourself t-shirt. I thought I represent today. Then I had this old red hat. I said, well, let me just put this old hat on just because I don't feel like doing a whole lot, right? I did go to church today. That's right, Nick. You sure do got the red one. So, I just wanted to represent. I haven't worn one in a while. I was like, wait a minute, child. I wear them to work, but I haven't worn one on my live, right? So let me give y'all an update on my equipment. Now, I got the camera situated, my microphone, and I had the wrong HDMI cord. So you have to get one from camera to your computer. I had, I guess, TV to TV, I don't know. But I had the wrong one. So I've got to order that. There was something else I had to order. Oh, no, that's a phone cord. Yeah, so I had to order that. I got to order that, y'all, but it's going to come along in a minute. It's going to come along in a minute, right? I got my nephew here so he can help me with the IT stuff because my son ain't IT. So it's coming along, and soon, and hopefully it'll be this week. So probably next Sunday on the live. Now I can't do it on the live because it's a camera, but my starting Monday next week, my uploads will be off my camera. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right? So anyway, y'all, we got to talk about. Now I got my docket here. Did y'all see on Instagram? It's all over YouTube now. Where the girl was going live. Somebody called me last night with it, something. It's early this morning. With a girl, her name is Khadijah Brown. She in Mississippi. She went live. Her and her boyfriend arguing. She mad. And she shot him, killed him. Now we can't see it. It's black, but you can hear it. You can hear it, and you can hear the screaming afterward. Hey, Cece. From Buffalo, thank you. Hey, Lisa Marie, come on through, nephew. What's going on? Come on through. Y'all have a seat. Sit down. Y'all got your snacks and your zoom and whams. I was just talking about the girl who went live and killed her husband in front of her kids and her mama down in Mississippi. Did they say Columbus, Mississippi? Or Columbia, Mississippi? Somewhere down in Mississippi, right? And surprisingly, hey, Jacqueline Johnson. Surprisingly, her Facebook page is still up. Usually Facebook take all that down when something like that happen, right? You got your Cheetos in your cocktail? Okay. Yeah, that is crazy. Let me tell y'all what I think. I was raised, you don't pull a pistol that you're gonna use it, right? You don't pull it for no reason unless you get ready to aim and shoot, right? I think she had it, she was mad. Because they say, Corey, you can help me with this. They say it wasn't nothing in there, but it was one around in the chamber, right? The clip wasn't in there. That's the word I'm looking for. But it was around in the chamber. Because when she shot him, she started screaming, right? And I think she wanted to scare him or that was making her feel better. That's called you did some dumb shit that's gonna cost you the rest of your life. Horrible. And your kids is gonna suffer. They're gonna have issues. Um, they're gonna have issues. The kids gonna have issues, right? Because mom and daddy gone. They saw that. Just the trauma of the mama. So when she was arguing, the mama was in the house. People really out here snapping. Yeah, it seems to have gotten. It has. It has. That's what she said. One in the chamber. I watched the video. Yeah. So I think that she didn't realize, right? But again, see, listen. I ain't trying to really give her an excuse, but she has one, right? First of all, she down in Mississippi. She didn't sound like the brightest bulb in the chandelier in the first place, right? She should have let him leave. Yeah, but you know what? We did all been there. I don't know how young she is. I should have looked to see how young she was. You mad at him, but you don't want him to leave. You want him to stay right there and hear all the shit you talking about. Cuss out, name calling, all of that, right? So, she didn't want him to leave because she wanted to finish cussing him out and talking crazy and having a moment with him, right? That was crazy. The mom wasn't. No, she was not. Mom was just as slow as her. Seems like she should have been trying to diffuse the situation. But the mama kept saying, what you talking about? Mama was saying something stupid in the background, right? We got to be more careful with each other's feelings. Yeah. See, listen. Now, this is the deal. What I've heard, don't know how true it is because I tried to look for it on her page. I didn't really see it. So, when you go live, they disappear after the day or whatever. I don't know how long they stay. Because I don't ever really go Facebook Live unless I'm out at an event or something. But the day before, which was Saturday, this happened this morning. I don't know, but the day before, she had put up that she caught him messing with a man. I don't know if she caught the actual act, but she found out he was messing with a man. Don't know how true it is. Sometimes people get mad and they say stuff. But evidently, that's the reason for the fallout, right? Now, in the video, he was packing his stuff. He wanted to go. Right? And he was like, keep hitting me. I'm going to call Nene. I'm going to just say Nene, Tink Tink, somebody, right? I think that was a sister, cousin, whatever. A girl to fight her because he ain't going to put his hands on her, right? Which I commend him for that, right? But you can't just keep hitting nobody. I know dudes that would have knocked her straight out, right? But after she made the shot and the screaming, that sound, I was like, oh my God. Like, and I've seen some bloggers say that it went on for hours or so many, after that, I just cut it off, right? Because it was black. You think she was lying? That's what somebody else said, she was lying. Because in my mind, that could be the only way, not even really though, because ain't nobody, let me tell y'all something, if y'all ain't never been to jail, ain't nobody worth one day in the Sally Port, okay? Y'all want to know what the Sally Port is? The Sally Port is a little entryway before you get into the actual jail, right? You drinking warm water out of plastic cup. I hate plastic. Plastic flip-flops, like, I don't like it, right? A whole bunch of women. That right there in itself, let's say you can't go nowhere. Okay, cool. But ain't no men in there. I don't want to be nowhere where it's just all women. I don't want to be there. I heard the argument that she didn't mention him. Right. Exactly. So, because I didn't hear that. Like, at first, I heard about what happened. I go find it. I don't know about that. She called him a bisexual till I looked at another blogger's page, right? I was like, oh, really? So then I go on her Facebook trying to find it and see it. I didn't see anything about it. She didn't say one word. No, she didn't. He don't help out. And see what I didn't understand about that? She said, you ain't even cook the kids breakfast. If you there with them, you cook them breakfast. Like, I ain't get what that was about. You didn't cook them breakfast. And not many daddies is cooking breakfast, right? I didn't get what that was about. And then she said, because he had to be at work, so he's supposed to cook the kids breakfast and then go out the door and go to work. And then Mama had came over. Now I'm trying to wonder if something was she slow or something, because Mama came over there to cook breakfast and do something. Like why she couldn't do it. Somebody help me understand why she couldn't do it, right? Hey, Tanya. Tanya, we talking about the lady, the young lady who killed her husband in front of her kids and her mama. She say on a mistake, but you can't pull a pistol. Listen, I come up with you can't pull a pistol unless you plan to use it. If you pull a pistol on a person and don't use it, they're gonna next time it's gonna be on you, right? So you don't play with pistols. I don't care if it's empty. For me, because I've been shot before, right? I don't. You can't even. I don't even like really being around them. I got one in my house for security purposes, but I don't really like being around them. She probably had enough. Yeah, and that's true. And that's what I said when I first saw it, Queen. I said, she's sick of him. She's sick of him. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. And he could have been. It was something for her mama to come over there. Like, I didn't understand that part. Like, why is mama over there? And mama said, I ain't get out of my bed for this. Like, why did mama? Like, right now, if my daughter lived here and the twins is hungry, unless she's incapacitated in some sort of way. And if that's the case, she would be at my house. I'm not getting up out my bed to cook your kids no breakfast, and it's a mama and a daddy in the house. None of that made sense to me. None of that. About her suffering from postpartum. Oh, could be. That's a real thing. I had that after my daughter. That's a real thing. I had that after my daughter, and it really, postpartum wasn't even really discussed at that time like it is now. Um, yeah, it's easy. You know what I find? It's easy to, well, I don't know if it's easy, but for me, it's easy to get depressed. That's why I stay happy and upbeat. And, like in my house in Cleveland, every room was a different color. I don't like white walls. Like these walls look white, but they're not. They're gray, thank God. Or light gray or something, right? Um, I have felt that energy only by the grace of God keeps us grounded, right? But if you have no source to run to, ain't that the truth, child? Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I went to church today, right? I like this little church around the corner. And sure, right. Lisa Marie. But she wanted to do that. See, what I learned too is I got so many thoughts in my head is that after this long relationship I had, I ain't arguing with nobody. We might have a little disagreement, but if it go too long and too far, I'm done. I'm out. I ain't gonna argue. I'm gonna go in another room or go home or whatever I need to do. I ain't getting ready to put all that energy into an argument no more in life with no one. No one. I'm not running my blood. I know this guy used to go with a long time ago. His dad had a business over there where I live, right? He was arguing with a Negro in his store, in his business, and had a heart attack and died right there. I ain't arguing with nobody after my second child. It's no, it ain't no joke. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta keep. I told my therapist, she didn't understand. I'm chasing my happy. I try to keep my happy. I can't let nobody come and disturb it. And when somebody do come and disturb it, that's a problem. They got to go. You know what I'm saying? And she should have let him just leave. She just, and I know she's sitting in that cell right now, because I done been in that place, and I know y'all have too. You thinking, if I only had a just did this, if I only had a just did that, like, ooh, now she a young girl too, and I looked on her, I don't know what her age is, but she look in her 20s early. She don't look 30. Even though black don't crack, she looks young. And the way she was talking to him, she sounded young, right? She made a dumbass mistake, dumb young girl mistake. When I was in my 20s, I would run you over with a car. I done pulled pistols. I did all that too, right? So that was just a young girl mistake, right? When I think back on all the stuff I did with my daughter father, had it actually happened, I'd be just now getting out the penitentiary, child. Just not getting out. Wait, she was wrong. She should have that. Yeah, right. I'd be just not getting out the penitentiary. I remember one time I actually thought I was Batman or Robin. I was chasing him down the sidewalk with my car. Okay? Had I hit that man, no telling what would have happened. Yeah, I was. Yeah, she gonna do big time. The rest of her life, probably. She died. See, and the thing is, she's in Mississippi. Mississippi is still country ass shit, and the laws and the rules and the regulations. And she might sit there forever, ever. I don't know if they have death penalty, but she might sit there forever for the rest of her life. Ain't gonna be no 20 years or manslaughter. I think she's charged with second-degree murder too. Now the kids don't have right, right, and then you got old slow head mama gonna be the one to take care of them, right? Uh, they say she shot him in the. Oh, it was in the head. I wonder why it was instant. Cause you know what? When I was listening to it, it was black, and she was like, "Oh my God!" Started hollering. I was like, "Well, ain't nobody calling 911." Oh, she shot him dead in the head. She meant that. That's up here. That ain't right there. That ain't over there. That's up there. Oh, she meant that. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. She better get the French braid in her hair, child. French braid in her hair. Okay, you gonna be there a while. Just child, listen. Let me tell y'all something. I feel for them because I know how it is for them kids. They ain't gonna have no mama and daddy abusing her and the kids. Could have been. We don't know what it was. But see, if that's what he was doing and my mama there, we gonna put him out of there. He got to go right now. He's going right now. You know what I'm saying? Beloved vibes. Yeah, French braids. Lisa Marie, go on French braid that thing to the back, right? I say that because I went on vacation a time, and that's what they was. I was amazed. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts were like that. Let me tell y'all something. It's funny. And I'm gonna have this in my book, right? I went on vacation, and I let my hair. At the time, I used to wear waves and stuff, right? I let my hair sit all on my head like Don King. Do y'all know who Don King is? See, I'm from up top. Don King is a boxing promoter. Let me tell you something from Cleveland. I wore my hair like Don King. We had the state shoes before we could get the money to buy our tennis shoes. I walked on the back of my state shoes. I didn't iron my uniform. I was looking like, because I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna make sure that don't nobody approach me. I'm not gonna look approachable, right? Child, my hair was all over my head. My clothes was wrinkled. I walked on the back of my shoes. And this one old black lady walked up to me and said, now why you look like that? I said, ain't no men in here. Ain't no need to get cute with them. Ain't no men in here. That's what it was. Like, what am I gonna do that for? And she explained whatever she explained to me. I don't know if she said to make you feel better. I don't know what she said. But I did start ironing my clothes and walking on my shoes, and I ordered me some tennis shoes. Everybody's wearing Nike boots and Nike something, some other kind of shoe everybody was wearing. So I did, and then where I was, it was a federal camp, and so we had beauty shops in every cottage. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was doing hair. Give them some zoom zooms, wow, get your hair done, right? After recent news, I honestly can see Latasha from Skate. Okay, we get ready to talk about that in 1 second, Queen. And doing something like that, these men can torment you, not make it. Let me tell y'all something. Speaking on that, right? I have, as y'all know, and maybe you don't know, I'm gonna tell you again. I don't mind, I ain't ashamed. I have 3 baby daddies by 3 different men, 3 different times in my life. My kids are 6, 7 years apart, right? 3 different situations, okay. 2 of my kids' father, the first and the second, both of their girls after me died suddenly. And I know that them niggas worried them to death. They worried them into poor health. Okay? I know that, right? I was young, I cut out, but they worried them to death, right? If the situation was reversed, there would be no excuse. He would say he needs to go under the jail. Exactly. Let me tell y'all something. I watched, this is next on the agenda. I listened to last night. I did a video of it today. The phone conversation between Rocky, who is Latasha's husband, and Tasha K. Now, we all know that Tasha K is not the best interviewer, even though I know she thinks she Barbara Walters / Oprah Winfrey / Gayle King. But bless her heart, she's doing it, right? I ain't mad at her, right? Well, anyway, he called in. I think she had called him, he called back. It was the stupidest conversation on his part I ever heard in my life. But somebody tried to make, want everybody to think good of them, right? It was so stupid. It was so stupid, right? First of all, when he got on the phone, he said, yeah, Tasha, yeah, because I fucks with you, right? And I'm thinking in my head, do he know her? Then he said, no, I don't know you. I don't know you. We ain't never met, but I fucks with you. I fucking with you. You ain't even know I was fucking with you. That right there was the wheel her in. That was the wheel her in, right? Yeah, she do. She do, don't she, Corey? It was ridiculous, wasn't it? So listen, so I said, oh, okay, let's see how this gonna go. Now I already heard it was a mess, right? I'd already heard. Now I'm gonna see for myself and form my own thoughts and ideas, right? Hey Sheila. So we talking about Rocky, Latasha's husband. So anyway, after he said he fucked with her, and he been fucking with her, he said it like that, y'all, like I'm saying it. Hope you two don't hear me cussing. So then he said, she said, well, yeah, I interviewed, her name is Unique, but her real name is, we're going to call her Tawana. I don't know what her name is, right? They said it, I forgot it, right? Yeah, he was. This is really, I was like, look at him, right? So then she said, well, we want to know about the baby, we want to know about this situation. He's like, oh, that ain't nothing. That ain't even nothing. That ain't nothing. I thought you want to talk about the skate stuff. She said, I do, but I want to talk about this too, right? He said, that ain't nothing. He said, you don't see. He said, I wish I could. I can't really say, because it's all legal, right? And he was like, it's legal, and I really can't say, I wish I could say. I'm telling you, I was tripping, right? This is a grown man, 50 years old. He's 50 because Tasha said his age, right? So he said, I can't say. So she said, oh, so are you going to sue her? He said, I can't really say, but it's legal. It's legal, right? So then he said, wasn't it, Golden? So then he said, he lied. He don't have a case on it. I know he don't. So then he said, he went on and on about how legal it was, and don't worry about that. That ain't nothing. And so then he said, because something like, he went on to say, Tasha asked him, had he ever cheated? And he said, well, he never said yes. He never said no. He said, he went all the way around the world, but he said, well, people make mistakes. I'm human or whatever. He said like that, right? Exactly, Lisa Marie. So he said, but people make mistakes and everything. He said, like you. Then he flipped it. See, I'm watching all these narcissistic moves as he's talking, right? So then he said, and she said, what? She said, like you, that trouble you got in. She said, oh, yeah, I got to pay her the $4 million. Put a pin in that. I want to know why Tasha thought she was going to win that appeal. We'll come back to that. Somebody remind me. So anyway, she said, yeah, I got to pay it. He said, what? You got to pay it? Now, if you are in the entertainment industry, you don't know that. Everybody know that, right? He said, why they make you do that? I said, oh, he's stupid, right? So either he thinks she's stupid, right? So then he said, yeah, well, you should have called me. And she said, call you for what? He said, I could take care of that for you. I said, let me find out this nigga got magical powers, right? He said, I could have took care of that for you. She said, what you was going to do, give me the $4 million? He said, nah, I could have just made a phone call. What? Let me find out he the equalizer. So he kept telling, he said, no, because I can't really say, but if you was with me, I could show you. He kept saying that. I didn't think he wants to be interviewed by Tasha. He was like, I can't really say, but I can show you, right? And he swear he got power to make. I know it, right? I'm listening at it. I'm listening to it. I couldn't even imagine. If I see him, it would probably be really funny. So he said, because I got connections. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he didn't say I got connections. I know people or something to that effect. And he said, something like, he named all the big ones, the cartel, the mafia, gangs. What? You plugged in like that? And Tasha ain't got a record deal yet? She's supposed to be at the top of the charts, right? So he talking and he plugged in, he kept saying, connect the dots. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You following me? And I said to myself right then, if Tasha been listening to this 28 years, that's why she can't think. He been in her ear with nonsense, cluttering in her brains with nonsense for 28 years. That is why she can't think for herself. Candy said he was her brain. That's why she can't think for herself. He's been filling her head. Let me tell y'all something. I'm telling y'all, I was with a narcissist and did not know. It's just that I'm a strong black woman, right? And I told him several times, if I was a lesser woman or had lower self-esteem, you'd have me, but I wasn't that girl, right? Uh, I couldn't, I couldn't imagine talking this. My ex got on my nerves so bad because he thought he was the greatest. He thought he was the greatest. And he liked attention from everybody. He liked to be the center. Not that did he just want attention, he wanted to be the center of attention, right? He said, yeah, shoot, I took care of that for you. He said, just like Robert, R. Kelly. He said R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Britney Spears. He named a bunch of folks that was in the media for bad press, right? Hey, Eve, where you been, girl? Hey. And he's, hey, Minyard, my girl Minyard is one of my A1s too. I said, now either he crazy or he think Tasha crazy, right? Now Tasha didn't give him a lot of feedback, and I think it was because at the beginning before she put him on the line, she said she had been up for 24 hours. She clearly looked haggard, right? So she had been up for 24 hours. I don't think she had enough energy. Because see, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you need a lot of energy. Right? Because they're tiring, right? That's what I'm saying. Men's torment like that will drive you to Saturday snap. Oh yeah, I got Tasha snapping. Let me tell you what. Me too. I'm telling you, I think I went to sleep on it. I don't remember him saying goodbye and she saying goodbye. I don't remember. I think I went to sleep on it. But I had heard enough though. And that's what I said, because I put that in my video. I did a video about it this morning before I even went to church. I was so disturbed by it. I said, now I feel sorry for her. Don't excuse for what she tries to treat her sister and them, but he's been in her head. He has been controlling her for 28 years. And mind you, they got together. She was a teen. She was 17, 18, 15, 16. Her whole life, he's been controlling her. Because I think she might be 48 or 49. She's a couple years older than Tamika, right? He's been in her life. He's been controlling her forever, right? How did you peep Tamika in an interview stating one of the hobbies is going to gun range and her husband got a lot of guns? Oh, did she say that? Tasha did? Well, of course he got a lot of guns. Because let me tell you what I think. I didn't go back and watch it, but a couple people have told me that when they did the scene in the kitchen, the first episode with the son, that the son had a look on his face like, here we go with the lies, right? I didn't see that. I didn't pay attention. I saw that, but I didn't see his reaction, right? I think now the more and more it goes and unfolds, you can't be, see, if me and my guy were older, had he been younger, I know because he never had a girlfriend before me. He just used women and played with them, right? I believe, I don't want to say because I don't know, so this is alleged, these are my thoughts, social media world, that he has abused her more than just mentally, right? He has abused her, and he walked heavy in his house, therefore the son may be a little afraid of him too, right? But it's something because she's basically like in a trance, right? But anyway, back to the conversation with Tasha. It was so stupid, y'all. The conversation got stupider and stupider, right? What you just told your mom? Yeah. She had, Tasha said, well, this is what Tasha said. We got, she has receipts. You sit in her Cash App, you flying her out. Like he was flying her out. She's from New Orleans. They live in Atlanta. They live here. Flying her out, dinner receipts, Cash Apps, all this, all that. And she had the ultrasound of the baby, right? Something to that effect, right? God don't like ugly. Tasha's wrong. She needs to take accountability. Yeah, she does. But see, she's under his spell because the daddy, first of all, she changed her number. Didn't give it to nobody. That's straight control, right? Somebody's calling my phone, my daughter. She know that I am live. That's straight control, right? That's straight control. So, I don't know why okay, so that's straight control, right? So, he has X'd her out to make her by herself, right? And so, yeah, she only gave the number to Tiny, right? Tiny wasn't even your friend from the